Welcome back to another video. This will be regarding retexturing in Tripo. So let's take a look at the following case study with a robot. This will be the model. And let's say that I would like to retexture those logos on the robot. So I'll go within the texture. We have over here initially the texture generation, which was done for the whole model, but we're going to have this magic brush, and this will work as following. So we need to, for example, if I will center over here on this component, but I will go something like this, I'm going to hit generate preview. Now Tripo will generate a preview for this based on the input over here. So we see a white and gold robot with a round head, humanoid body, and various technological features and details. Those are now being generated as a texture, and we're going to see the new one over there. We can also change the creativity. So if you want this to resemble the original design, with a value of 1, as you can see over here, drag left or closer to match, drag right for more creative. If I'm going to go with 1, this will change what it was original over here. If I'm going to go with a creativity of 0.2, that will add a minimum amount of changes to the original reference. So let's take a look over here at the following preview. We're going to see how well those details will be over here for those joints. So the texture will be a lot cleaner. And this texturing feature is really amazing. Now it will work like this. As we saw, with this creativity of 0.2, it will try to replicate what already exists over here. So usually the default value was set to 0.6. And within this value, we're going to see that it will recreate some, let's say, similar elements in terms of shape, but they will be retextured so that they will be more overall better. And as we can see, just like when I entered over here, it had those elements. And now if I want to add those, I'm going to go over here with the brush, and I'm just going to move with the brush on top of this. Let's say that I want to brush that as well. And we see over here how well that model is being, let's say, overlapped. I can go onto the whole model like this with various strokes. Take a look over here at this. So it has some fine text details, but it really looks quite amazing. Over here, where I'm trying to add that to the leg, we're going to see a little bit of triangulation. So this is within that reference, but when we apply that to the mesh, it will look like this. Over here, we're going to have that feet of the robot. And now, if I will save the texture, we can also over here, so we're going to have a slider in this case, we can make the brush smaller or larger. And at the end, we're going to hit on save texture, and this will start process. I really like the fact that the texture will look like this. We can also do a PBR generator, because we see in this case that we're going to have those, let's say, that specular light directly baked within the material. But we can also make use of PBR materials, in this case with Tripo. We also have over here a camera locked. As soon as you're going to start brushing, the camera will lock so that it will match that perspective. And if I'm going to zoom out, we're going to see that the retexture model will look like this. And it's quite interesting how within the retexture, we're going to have a lot better details, for example, for the hand of the robot. If I will go over here, we need to wait for that texture to be applied before we can start work on a different part of the robot. In this case, we're going to see that applying texture takes a little bit of time, but now this has been processed. We already have that. If I will go over here and let's say that I want to generate a new preview, we're going to see how better details for that robotic hand will be generated in this case. So we see with a creativity of 0.6, those fingers should be better texturized so that they will look a lot better. And we see them over here. So we have the thumb, we have the other, and now I can just retexture those. And I can go over here. Since I added that, it's changed from the original reference. If I want to add that to the main, to the head of the robot, I can also swipe this. And at the end, I can save the texture and this will be applied. So I really like this feature for retexturing in Tripo. It's quite easy to use and intuitive, and it's quite needed. So if you have any models that was originally generated by Tripo, I highly recommend that you're gonna go ahead and further retexture that. Because take a look over here, for the head of the robot, the texture looks like that. So it has two black elements over there. They are not quite well defined or symmetric, but we saw over here within that preview how it was a lot more cleaner within the retexturing. And now that once we have this being applied, we can turn around the model and it should soon updated as soon as that progression bar will disappear on the bottom. So we have that texture being applied, and that should change over here. It usually takes a little bit of time. As we can see, it says 1 second, but only now this has been reapplied and we have that new texture. And now if you're gonna go within the overview, this will show us the improved model. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. If you haven't tried Tripo, I highly endorse you that you should try this because it's quite an awesome tool. Also, if you have any additional similar tools that you would like me to test within my videos, consider to let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching.